Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. I know that there are some new people in the room. Like I mentioned, I pinned the Spaces link on the Jumbotron, so please go and like and retweet it. Yeah, so first of all, hello everyone. Welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're at in the world. I know we got a bunch of different time zones joining us today. It's a really exciting discussion. And it is the first ever Tronversation space, right? A weekly spaces hosted by myself, T-Bull, Zappo, and Suncat, right? This is a really exciting time. Um, this weekly space is really about bringing projects together, right? Like we all understand that Tron memes are, it's a really early ecosystem, right? There's not many, there's not much volume on Tron. There's not that many projects, legitimate projects that are building. And I think for us, when we came up with this idea of doing a weekly space, the first thing was, how can we create a platform to grow the exposure of Tron memes and highlight these projects that are actually building, right, that are putting in the work every day, that are showing up. So we're really excited to be here. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. We got U.S. election results. We've got, what crypto is going to look like, how Q4 is, Tron memes, all of the above. So I'm really excited to be here. But before we get into everything, I do want to, do a little introduction of all of the speakers. I know we're missing a coconut chicken. I don't know if they're going to be joining on later.
Y- Yeah, they said they'll jump on about 10 or 15 minutes late.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, when they come in, we can definitely try to get them on board. But yeah, so let's do some introductions, and then I know we have a guest speaker as well. So excited to kind of get into that. So if you want to do introductions, and then yeah, so my name is JS. I'm the CTO lead of T Bull. I am also the representative on behalf of the community, and really excited to be here. I am joined by my host slash co-hosts, Zappo, Suncat. If you guys want to, how are you guys feeling?
I am tired, JS. I stayed up till 3 a.m. waiting for these results to pile in. And so I'm making my sixth cup of coffee and trying to hang on here.
Hey guys, that JS. Firstly, that intro song. I was hoping you left on running a bit longer because I was really enjoying that. But yeah, it's good. It's good to speak to you guys again. There's loads happened in the last week. I feel like I'm in a bit of a matrix when you look at what's happening around the world at the moment. But I'm sure we'll talk more about it as we go through the space.
Yeah. Thanks for the intros. Yeah, I mean, Suncat, dude, I was likewise. I stayed up till 3 a.m. listening to Trump speak, and I mean, we'll get into the election and everything, but man, for a what 80-year-old staying up at 3:30 and delivering a speech like that, like something else, something else. We do have a very special guest. So Coconut Chicken, they're going to be joining us later on, but we have Thon. I believe it's Dave behind the mic. I've been a part of multiple spaces with him. Incredible guy, ton of energy, and a lot of great insights. So Thon, if you want to introduce yourself as well as the project, I feel like there's a lot of people who aren't familiar with Thon. If you just want to give us a breakdown.
Yo, what is good, boys? Just when I thought I couldn't learn anything else in Twitter Spaces, you go and play YMCA, and I'm literally sitting there eating lunch, being like YMCA, like with my hand. So now everybody's gonna start getting aerobic workouts in my Spaces. So I appreciate the new info. But now, man, I appreciate you guys having me up here. So I am a partial representative of the Thon community. Like we are a group of now almost we're creeping on 400 holders almost, and what we do is very simply we use AI, a bunch of different AI tools, specifically our custom built GPT. Her name is Junie. We hold spaces 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays where people from any ecosystem, any NFT project, any meme coin, any meme token is 100% welcome to come into the space. What we do is we have a ton of fun by essentially throwing a bunch of wild, crazy ass ideas over Junie's way, and she kind of creates the story for us. So we started it as kind of like a little bit of an escape at the end of the day for people, just to kind of like switch up the monotony of DeFi and all this other crazy conversation. And it just kind of turned into this thing where now we're literally teaching people about different AI tech and tools. We have tutorials that go on. We have an NFT project coming. Our whole community is creating this amazing AI art. We're using Google Notebook LM for like spaces recaps. I mean, every single tool that is at our disposal, we want to be able to use. And the biggest part about it is we're community builders, right? Like we want to bring other communities from other chains like together, to ultimately just like this is the goal here, right? We're totally chain agnostic. We could give a shit where you come from. Two of our main characters are on Solana. Shout out to McTardio and Holy Fuck. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me up here. JS, it was great sharing the stage with you, or rather the YouTube that we did. And it was 5 a.m. in the morning. We did that at the crack of ass, if you remember, on that HTX space, man. But nah, man, super excited to be here. Appreciate you guys having me. And shout out to everybody down in the crowd that's obviously coming through to support. Millie, I see Sunny D, Trav, the Tron Guy crew, Dev, Kerry's here, Big O's here, and everybody else, man. So appreciate y'all. Let's get this cracking, man.
Yes, sir. And I mean, I when I tell you Dave has contagious energy, so I'm glad that he's here with us. I mean, I think he's on spaces probably every day. Any sort of sump pump space that I'm on, Dave is either the main character or he's the host. So it's awesome to have you on board, and really excited to get into everything today. But yeah, so a ton has happened, right? Obviously, crypto election or elections, crypto Q4. I mean, everything is pumping. Before we get into that, let's hold it a little bit. This is a Tronversation, and like I mentioned, it will be hosted. T-Bull, Zappo, and Suncat. I do want to get into some updates. It's been about a week since we've spoken. Is there anything going on in your communities? Any partnerships? Any sort of announcements that you guys have, Zappo or Suncat?
Yeah, I mean, from our perspective, we're working on quite a lot of things. And as you guys know, because you're in the space, it's all about timing. And we're getting closer and closer to that timing now where a lot of stuff will become apparent. To give you a bit of flavor of some of the things we're working on, so we're in conversation with 3 different exchanges. We'll be launching soon on these exchanges, but we got to hold the timing at the perfect time. There's some big KOLs who are very interested in our project. We've been showing them our tech, how the bridge works. And they're very interested. And we recently also had a meeting with Sunpump and looking at our technology in terms of bringing more liquidity to the ecosystem. We will talk about some of that stuff in the next couple of weeks. But there is some very big news coming from us soon. Just hold fire. It'll become quite apparent very soon.
Zappo's always working, man. I love it. I love it. I love hosting this space with you guys. You guys are this is the creme de la creme on Tron right here. For us, we're about to announce a partnership with a meme token on Solana. They're just getting off the ground, and I think we just see ourselves as a CTO that's been beaten down and dragged through the mud a little bit, and looking to help other projects get off the ground. So we'll announce that here in a couple hours. So I don't want to announce that too much. We are going to create a community for our Chinese holders, which will be really exciting. Looking forward to that. And working with a KOL right now, who's not really a KOL. I mean, he just believes in our project, which is really refreshing, man. I mean, it's really cool to see someone, come on board and just try to see what's going on Suncat. And yeah, guys, I've been on a couple spaces this week. I was on a space that had like 140,000 listeners, which was bonkers, and got to speak on that. And so I'm spending a lot of time trying to just get the word out on Suncat. I think we're building a good infrastructure and making sure that we have enough eyes on us when the second wave starts to swell. Yeah, have a exciting space to announce with HTX soon. So yeah, it's going really good. Really grateful for our community. We're like, yeah, we're just growing about 100 followers a day on X, which is great. Finally seeing the traction we need and try to reclaim that 14K holder account we had. So anyways, things are going good over here.
Yeah, I mean,
Real quick, love the representation here from Trav, Sunny D, Don, or Dave with Don. I mean, you guys have been awesome. So really happy you guys are here.
yeah, I mean, just what you mentioned, I see a bunch of Tron, ecosystem players, and I think it's going to be exciting. Obviously, we'll talk about it later on in this space, but how we can improve, and invite more people on stage and give them exposure. But I mean, just those updates in general, I mean, super bullish, right? I mean, Tron volume is obviously fluctuating. You know, it's quite low, but to hear that, you know, teams at Zappo, Suncat are putting in the fucking work, right? I mean, you know, partnerships, you know, KOLs, whether it's listings. I mean, I think that's incredibly bullish, and that says a lot about, you know, these projects that we represent, and the fact that, you know, we're showing up every week, right? So, you know, just a quick update for T-Bowl. I don't want to keep it too long. I want to get into the juicy, you know, everything that's been going on. But for us, you know, same as usual. Community is growing. I believe we're almost at 11,000 now. We're doing a website rebrand with Hello Moon. You know, they've done, you know, Popcat's website. They did Moo Moo's. They did Mother, Iggy Azalea's coin as well. So that's a really cool partnership that we've been working on. Uh, we're doing marking making as well. Obviously, the timing of that is interesting with everything that has been, you know, going on with you know, GotBid and the lawsuits there. So it's a long process. It's an arduous process, but we're working through that, as well as Liberland. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with Liberland. I've spoken about it before. Justin Sun is the prime minister there. We're working actively on, you know, different partnerships. I know they're trying to bridge their native coin to Tron, which is super exciting. So, you know, look out for that. But yeah, continuing to work. And when I hear stuff from Zappo and Suncat, it makes me, you know, bullish on this ecosystem as a whole. The fact that these leaders are putting in the work every day. So awesome updates. So for the question, I mean, I think the elephant in the room is Donald Trump is the 47th president of the United States. He is the first, you know, pro crypto president. You know, he is very active, right? He was at the past 6 months. He's been at the Bitcoin conference. He went to a bar in New York and bought everybody beers and burgers with crypto. He's very bullish on crypto moving forward. And I mean, you could tell by the price action itself, right? I mean, even today, what Bitcoin is at, you know, 75, broke all-time high. Solana's ripping. Everything is ripping. You know, realistically, you know, what do you guys think what do you think crypto looks like for the next 6 to 12 months, right? Like, you know, whether it's price action, you know, going parabolic, Bitcoin 100K plus, is regulations going to get even that much better with SEC cleaning up house and all of that? Like, what are some thoughts? You know, anyone can take this, but Zappo, Suncat, if you guys have any first thoughts on that.
I think
Yeah,
sorry, go on, Suncat, you can go first.
Zappo, you know that I will always jump in first. You got this, brother.
Thank you very much. I think if you're into crypto, from a selfish perspective, Trump coming in is massive for all of us, as we know. And we all expected that there'll be some form of reflection from a Bitcoin perspective because we were entering that interesting phase in the market. The good news is Bitcoin's obviously done what it's done from a perspective of all-time high. We know how these cycles normally go. If you've been in for quite a long time, money flows into Bitcoin, and then it travels through the bigger market caps, and then it travels through the rest of the chain, right? The good news now is Bitcoin's done the all-time high. We're obviously expecting Tron at some stage to break that as well. And then one of the things people keep forgetting is the Sun token. What the Sun token did prior to the Tron meme cycle previously, where everything was going parabolic. If you go and look at the Tron token currently, the price action has done three bottoms now, and it's starting to do a little bit of a turnaround. So we're expecting the Sun token to really pick up over the next couple of weeks, and naturally off the back of it, you'll expect Sundog to massively run because that's bottomed out as well, and then suddenly you'll expect a lot of that cut to come into the rest of us from a Tron meme perspective. But generally speaking, this is the first time for those of you who've been in crypto for a very long time. It's refreshing to see that crypto has become a massive topic on the biggest scale on the world when it comes to the US elections, because previously crypto just wasn't spoken about, and now it's one of the primary focuses from a election perspective in the biggest or the most powerhouse country in the world. What you're starting to see is a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin reserves in the US. And also, we keep forgetting there's a couple of months before Donald Trump gets sworn into the office, and he's not going to do anything about Bitcoin until he comes into the office. So what will end up happening is a lot of other countries, retail institutions will take advantage of the 2 months of trying to